Hello and God bless. My name is Mobo Berndi. Today I'll be dealing with what I believe is the biggest issue and the biggest barrier that we have in life. I believe this is the singular thing that can keep a giant in prison. This is the singular thing that can strip you of all your authority and you would not know. I personally believe that the biggest weapon that the devil has against you as a believer is what you do not know. The devil is always fighting your ability to perceive who you are, your ability to perceive what God can offer you if you're not a believer, and also as a believer, what God has offered you. I will take my text today from Hosea chapter 4 verses 6a. He says, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge." Your biggest limitation in life, the biggest problem you encounter in your life, the reason why you are where you are, the reason why you feel handicapped in that situation, it isn't because the situation is too big. It's not because the situation is bigger than you. It's just because you do not know. There is something you do not know. I remember a story someone told me once about people who keep elephants. Now, this elephant was kept from the baby stage. Immediately this elephant was born, he was kept by this man. And in order to tame this elephant will be tied to a tree with a small rope. Now, this elephant will do all that they can to get off this rope, and they would not succeed. However, even when this elephant grows up and becomes a giant elephant, the problem is that this elephant will still be kept tied with this small rope and with this small tree. And this elephant will do nothing about it, because they do not know that as a big elephant, as a giant elephant, they have the capacity, the ability to set themselves free because of the memories of the humiliating times that they tried as a baby and it did not work. So perhaps the challenge you're going through today is because of a new identity of yourself. The change of identity which is not understood as a believer. You do not quite know who you are, and who God have made you and the provisions that God has given to a believer. I believe this is the singular, most effectual challenge everybody faces today, especially believers. A believer will still allow themselves in sickness because they do not know what it means that by his stripes we were healed. And I want to tell you that whatever you allow, you adapt to. So some of the situations you are going through today, you have adapted to. It's not necessarily meant to be. It's not necessarily meant to be. Some of you are still kept in bondage by an expired knowledge, something that used to work before, but now is not effectual, it's not important.